What's up, everybody? We are now live once again with the Three Black Guys Show. What's going on? Put up your threes, everybody. Put up your threes.
What's good? What's good?
Up
What's
your
happening?
threes up in the house. Yeah, man.
What's
We
up?
are
What's up? Trey Manos.
Trey Manos in the hizzo,
Trey
man.
Manos.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
All is well, brother. What about you,
All is
James?
well.
How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
You chilling?
It's a
It
good.
is the Father's Day edition, so the guys are gonna have to talk tonight. I'm sorry, ladies. Women, y'all get y'all day, y'all get Mother's Day, and you get your birthdays, and you get the Christmases, and on Mother's Day, man, we blow it all out. We go shopping and the flowers
Come on,
and the
boy.
restaurants.
Come on, sir.
And man, you get the
Okay, first of all, let me say, ladies, I do not agree with what Steve is saying. I don't.
Hey, hold on, wait.
See.
Oh,
Hold on, wait a minute.
See.
Right.
What you said? Get in the mic. We can't hear you. Get in the mic.
Birthdays too. You can't say birthdays because y'all get birthdays too now.
Right now we talking about Father's Day.
Right, it's Father's Day.
All right, that's cool. It's Father's Day. I congratulate all the fathers
other
out there that are
holidays.
fathers. But
All the other holidays belong to you and children. We get one day.
Right.
y'all get Christmas.
What is it, Steve? Father's Day.
Father's Day. How many stores
get
when you go to the
Y'all
mall?
can No, y'all can have Christmas, y'all can have Father's Day, and y'all have y'all's birthday.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we
because
don't.
we get the bill for Christmas. We get the bill
The
for
views
Valentine's.
expressed do not represent James Fred. These are the views of Stephen Ryan.
Oh, he's fucking on, bro.
Oh, look
He's
at a
fucking
coward.
on us.
Coward.
Oh,
What's up, fellas? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, guys?
No, now you want to go? No.
Yeah, he's straight coward out. He's straight.
You fucked out on us, bro. She came in. I wish Erica would come in here talking that stuff in my microphone. I don't stand for that.
Okay. All right, so look, let me get started. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so the views and opinions placed upon this show are just only for the Three Black Guys Show. They do not represent any entity of which the members may represent outside of the area. Now, back to the thing. Man, y'all be tripping. Women get everything in the world on Mother's Day. Everything go all out. Y'all gonna make me go all out on Mother's Day. On Father's Day, man, some people just get T-shirts.
Right. You know, he's trying to throw shade. He's trying to throw shade. You see, he's trying to throw shade. Some people get shorts.
Also, they get what?
Yeah, I was on your side, baby.
Oh, look at this dude. Hey, look, hen pecked.
What up, cuz? Ernest Maiden Jr. in the house. That's my cousin. What's up, sir?
So we are talking about Father's Day and what we get and or don't get.
Right. Well,
so I got some shorts.
we'll let you go. Go ahead, Steve.
I got some shorts for Father's Day for my children. But my beautiful wife, did give me a new monitor, which is nice. Nice curved monitor.
Are you on it right now?
I am currently on it right now.
See, usable gifts. Can you look at this? Look at God. Look at God. Absolutely. Yeah. James is gone, Matt. James is gone. Steve.
I'm right here.
So James, what'd you get for Father's Day?
Say what? Man, I got a wonderful dinner. I spent most of the day. I had to do some shooting and get a video pushed out because I had to. It was a special project, so I actually spent my entire Father's Day sitting right here. in front of this computer editing this video.
So let's go the other way. What'd you do for Mother's Day?
Say what now?
I didn't stutter.
You said what now?
I didn't stutter. I said,
I really don't. I don't remember. I can't remember what we did for Mother's Day.
Oh, you can't remember. Oh, he is really. Oh my God.
No, seriously, I can't remember though. For real, I can't.
You know what
I mean,
happened, Steve?
I'm sure we did something.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you why he can't remember, Steve.
Why he can't remember?
Because he was in Area 51 and they might have mind wiped him. That's an inside joke, fellas. He was in Area 51 he got mind
I'm getting
wiped.
old, man. My mind don't work like it used to.
No. You were mind wiped by aliens.
Right. So I'm serious. I think this needs to be discussed. So Ernest said he got shorts too. For
it's
$5.
hard out here in these streets for a man.
The man
It's
goes
hot,
out.
man. What y'all? It's hot.
The man goes out. He work all day.
Come on.
Provide for the children.
Come on.
Provide for the wife.
Come on.
Goes out, makes the bacon, brings home the bacon, kill the pig.
Kill the pig.
Kill the pig, man. Brings home the bacon.
Come on.
And we get shorts, man.
Short.
It's hot. They were thinking about your health.
Right there. He trying to make sure he trying to make sure when this show go off, he good. What up, Mark Abercrombie? My niece Vicky, so free Leonard. Let me tell you something, Steve.
Tell me something, man.
I got to tell you how Valentine, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Not Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Right. But okay, so as we know, if you seen my live from earlier, my wife's Erica Leonard.
That's a beautiful shirt.
Beautiful shirt. Scripps Embroidery Studio is responsible for the Dope Black Father t-shirt. She did an awesome job. That was my gift from my wife. And breakfast at 1:00.
Wait. You had brunch. No, that's just lunch. You said 1:00.
Lunch. I just ate breakfast food at lunch. So but let me tell you something, man. If you don't, it's all right if my wife loves me limitedly.
What? You know she's watching, right?
The Leonard girl, I know she's gonna get me. But the Leonard girl showed up and showed out, and the Leonard girls are my daughters and my two nieces. They showed up and showed out for the Leonard men. They cooked us dinner, and when I say cooked, I mean they brought back Modillum recipes on this, doc. We had roast beef, we had fried chicken, we had green beans, macaroni and cheese. My daughter made a macaroni and cheese. My niece, Vicky So Free Leonard, right here on the channel. Her roast beef. Oh my God. Beef. Ooh, they pulling out Modillum recipes. You hear me?
Not Modillum.
My niece Jalen and Elise, they did it. The Leonard girls was off the chain today. So my wife gave me my t-shirt and my lunch. So
your breakfast at 1:00.
My daughter and I would shout my son out, but that knucklehead is on the water deep sea fishing on Father's Day.
Oh, how nice.
Ain't it nice? I told you he
must be nice.
Must be nice. He living his best life. You hear me?
Hey, that's what you're doing in your 20s.
In his 20s. So, my daughter gave me let me see. My nieces both of my nieces gave me a card. Uncle Mario.
What up, J Mac?
Got Uncle Mario. My daughter gave me 2 cards with $50 a piece on them. My niece Vicky gave me a card with a card in it. Let me see. This is what my daughter did. She made me a nice photo album. She made me with pictures from way back in it and stuff. And then she had these 2. She had this picture made, of me, and she put it on. It's on canvas, so I can hang it on the wall. See what I'm saying?
Oh,
And then she had
Nice,
this picture
nice.
made of me
wow.
on canvas.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't know they make canvas that big.
See, we on the air, and I know my pastor be watching. I know he ain't commenting, so I know he be watching. So I'm gonna try not to cuss. I've been trying not to cuss. Don't make me
Very
cuss
good, very good, very good.
Don't make me cuss at you right now, boy. So like I said, I know my wife loves me limitedly, but the Leonard girls hooked the brother up.
Okay.
So
I want to know.
Turning out nice.
I want to know, guys, that y'all watching. What kind of Father's Day gift that you get today? Was it equal to, or did it surpass the amount that you did for Mother's Day? Hey, man,
Well, it was surpassed over here. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do enough on Mother's Day. It was surpassed.
You don't even know you've been mind wiped. How do you?
That's okay. That's all right.
You've been mind wiped in Area 51.
That's all right.
And man, guys, if you're on here and if you got t-shirts and underwear, just let me know. Just let me know. It's okay.
But that's okay. You need t-shirts and underwear.
Man, but come on now. Let's talk about this, man. We do need those things.
Right.
True. And we are utilitarian beings. I get it. Us guys, we like the stuff that we need and use. We like fun stuff too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a monitor. What is it? 4K monitor?
That's not about me. I'm talking about the rest of the guys.
Oh, okay.
You heard that, Erica? Steve got a 4K monitor over there for his computer and a pair of shorts, babe.
So
Mario, I do have a little extra room here tonight. If you need to shoot my brother, I got you. I got you covered, homie. I ain't gonna let you sleep out there on the motorcycle. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. So,
it's all good. Fruit of the Looms is not a gift, my brother said.
Right. So let me ask you this.
Let me ask you 300. Hold on.
Let me ask the men this.
Huh?
Let me ask the men this. Do you think that we get equal treatment on Father's Day than the women do on Mother's Day? I want everybody to answer that. Go. Kenny Smith said his wife surpassed him. Okay. All right, Kenny, you got to tell me what you got, boss.
That's awesome. I see J Mac over here. That's my cousin. He got a $300 Harley gift card. Cuz, you the man, Doc. A $300 gift card. But I know you set Dion out on Mother's Day, so talk to me.
Trey said he got pizza, bro. That's rough, Doc.
Oh, look at him. He said dinner at the perfect note. DeLon was on saxophone. Look out.
Okay.
Jay, you got set out, bro. Erica, you heard that? Jay, I'm just saying. I appreciate my Dope Black Father t-shirt. I do.
Team James, who is that?
Erica. He Team James.
Hey, look, Team James is in the sunken place.
No, I'm just saying. I know that what was done for me is a lot greater than what I could ever do for her. You know what I'm saying? Just awesomeness. You know what I'm saying? Just complete awesomeness.
That boy working on his relationship, but you better keep it.
It's thick up in here.
Hey, better put on your wading pants. It's that thick. See that BS right there, boy, ain't you? Better put on your waders, chief. Woo.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm just saying.
Happy Father's Day. Okay. I took Denise. You took Denise to the perfect note. I'm sorry, Dion. Okay. Jay took his wife Dion to the perfect note. What? Okay. That was for Mother's Day. Jay. Carlton Matt. Right, Matt.
Yeah, we know he's right.
Right. We know Matt. You know.
Who lying?
I know Matt got set out. Matt talking. I know Matt got set out. I already know he got set out. You ain't gonna tell me Mac didn't get set out. Carlton Mac, my man Carlton. I know he got set out.
So our quick discussion, we're gonna move on to something else, guys. Does Father's Day look anything like Mother's Day? And
Absolutely, yes, sir. Absolutely does. Absolutely does.
Well, show me your cup.
They
Show me
do,
what you're drinking.
water.
Right.
Nah, there's something in it.
It's something. It's been infused.
We could never do what the women do for us. We could never be as great as them. So absolutely.
I can't. I can't.
You can't what?
Hey man, give me give me your card to the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I'm pulling your card right now. Give me your card.
I think he burnt it himself.
Apparently.
Miss Johnson said her dad got whatever he wanted on Father's Day.
My dad
Uh-huh.
whatever he wanted on fire. Okay. Then at Top of the River. Hey Doc,
Okay.
I ain't mad at
That's
Top of
right.
the River. I'm not mad at Top of the River, Matt. Carlton Mac Serve. I know Carlton. I said, yeah, man, I ain't mad at you. And he's a chef himself.
Boy, Erica, don't. I'm telling you, James is in the sunken place. He's
I'm
scared.
speaking real live facts over here.
James got that sword back there, and because really something's sticking in his back.
I'm speaking so enough facts over this way. You feel me?
No, you ain't. She put that sword back behind his back to remind him, if you talk any smack about me, I'm gonna pull it and chop that head off. That's why really that sword is behind him. That's why that sword is behind him. Don't trip. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
All right, guys, let's move on, man. We all know that dad usually get the ties and the underwear and the undershirts. But it's okay. We still love our wives. We love the women in our lives. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yes, we do.
I think my wife is a wonderful, wonderful wife, and she does all she can for me, as I'm
Mine
sure Erica does too.
Woo, my boy got a pair of Air Force Ones. I see you get your Air Force Carlton.
All right, Carlton, I see you, Doc.
Got you some Air Force One. Got you some Air Force Ones,
Air
boy.
Force
What?
Ones.
In your Air Force Ones. Doing the chicken
All right,
head.
guys.
Chicken
Let's
head.
talk about this. Let's talk about the old 45, man.
The plane. That was good, Jay. That was good.
What's up, Anthony Williams, man? He's on my page. What's going on, Anthony? Good to see you, brother. He said we should be syndicated. Yes, we should be syndicated, Anthony. I believe it. We will be.
One of these old days.
All right, so let's talk about Mr. Trump and his rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Originally, it was going to be yesterday, on the day of infamy.
No, it was going to be Friday.
Well, it's going to be Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. My bad. My day's up. I'm behind. Juneteenth. It was going to be on Juneteenth, and somebody in his inner circle tapped him, I guess, because I heard the story. It was a black Secret Service person that tapped him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, that's Juneteenth."
You might not want to do that.
And so,
because if you do that, we're gonna have to fight all day, trying to protect you. So you know what I'm saying? Do something different, bro. Somebody want to fight all the time.
All the time. Y'all, you know what? I don't know. I would have had to let him crash and burn, but I guess this black serviceman was just trying to protect this chick. You know what I'm
Doing
saying?
their job, you know what I'm saying? They doing their job. Because see, they gotta protect them. And see, you hold it on Juneteenth, man. Them folks gonna be coming there trying to throw shoes and bottles, and you got to step in front of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, Mr. Trump had a lot of things not going for him. One thing was,
Donald, I ain't giving him a Mr. Trump.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead. That's just me, bro.
The con. I'm calling him the con. The con wants to have this rally during the midst of the pandemic. And of course, he lies and says that that Oklahoma was going down in their COVID count, which is not true. At the time, they were still.
Didn't 3 of his staff members get tested positive the day before the thing, or the day of it? Oh, it was six of them.
Six of them.
Yeah.
So do you think this man? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Here's my thing, man. And he made one statement. I think that for me, even if you're a supporter, you got to look at him side-eyed. So he made a statement about the numbers of COVID cases. And he said that the numbers, because they're going up, are hurting him. So he said, we need to slow testing. Because as long as you testing, the numbers are going to go up. So we need to slow testing so the numbers don't go up. That right there ought to just let you know he don't care nothing about y'all.
He don't care nothing about y'all.
Like, even if you're a supporter, after hearing that, how can you, with any type of common sense, still support that? I don't get it, man. Like, that statement right there was just like, I mean, come on, man. As long as they keep testing, the numbers are gonna go up.
No,
we need to slow testing. Slow testing.
Slow testing so it's a numbers game for him.
That's all. As long as the numbers go up, as long as the numbers go up, people his approval rating is dropping. So he's saying, hey, if we just stop testing, folks, the numbers can't go up no more. Facts, now everybody might die, but that's okay.
Yeah.
His approval ratings will go up. And Carlton was right, man. Y'all can't forget he made Juneteenth famous. He said you Negroes didn't know nothing about it, man.
So let's be honest. Let's be honest, because there's some black people who didn't know or don't know what Juneteenth is.
Yeah, there are.
There are some,
but they didn't find out from him. I mean, there are a lot of black people who didn't know what it was about or anything, but they didn't find out from listening to President Trump.
Right.
So when he said that, he's really saying that he made it famous for white people, and I've seen some white people
maybe.
Yeah, for white, and I think that's where he's coming from, because he can't speak for black people. You know what I mean?
Why can't he? He's done more for y'all than Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what he believes in his mind as he holds an upside down, backwards Bible in front of an empty church.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was something. I knew it was a thing when, like I said, I drive trucks for a living, and I went to make I was making a delivery, and my customer told me, "Hey man, I got a pickup coming out of here at a certain time, but we closing early for Juneteenth." I said, "Huh? Y'all closing early for what? Juneteenth?" And when I say that blew me away, this company is recognizing Juneteenth. Now, I'll be honest, as a black man, I've known about Juneteenth for some time. But it was not a holiday that I quote unquote celebrated. I just knew what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I really celebrated, but to actually hear that now companies are, I guess, since the climate is what it is, they're trying to be sensitive.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. People, can I say this? Black people are tired, but mostly people are tired of America's bull crap. You know what I'm saying? And so now that the climate has, big ups really to George Floyd, man. I hate the way he died, but he has been the catalyst and not a martyr. Oh, Candace Owen crazy. He's a catalyst for what we're dealing with today. This man's death is changing the world, man. And but black people are tired. People are tired, and having companies now recognize that man, we really are not dealing with this properly. But you know what it's all about, though, right? That black dollar.
That black dollar.
That black, 1.78 trillion black dollars are pumped in this country every year, guys.
Right.
And that's the power of that dollar.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Carlton Mack says about 40 states have made it a holiday. So they've officially made it a holiday in about 40 of our 50 states. Now that's awesome.
That's
dude. Awesome.
I'd rather we had to fight for MLK Day. We had to fight tooth and nail. And now we're getting Juneteenth, which is, hey, not all our big holidays are happening in February, the shortest month of the year.
Not Juneteenth.
That's what I'm saying. I said not the shortest, which is February.
Okay, now it's not right there. Right. Not the right. But like I said, get your mind right and get ready because, like you said, Steve, this now Juneteenth will now be about, now that people are recognizing Juneteenth, it's going to become another shopping holiday.
Of course.
Right.
It's something about that green.
Yeah, green. It's going to become, if you're going to make one into a shopping holiday, I'd rather be at this than MLK Day.
Right.
That's just me, because I know, sometimes you'll hear people have MLK sales and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of like, no, that's not that. But just like they made, if you study what Cinco de Mayo was about, now it's
been appropriated. It's been appropriated. And that's what this country does, man. We take a holiday that was made in Mexico and made it about freaking beer. You know what I'm saying? And partying.
Right.
So get ready. This will be turned into one of those holidays,
cultural appropriation.
Right.
So let's go back to the rally. I'm trying to get my voice back.
It's not.
Excuse me, guys. So of course there was supposed to be hundreds and thousands of people at this rally. I think but the place was supposed to hold how many, James?
19,000.
19,000 people in one small space. They were going to have this rally, and it looks like the total number that was counted was 6,200 attendees. Would you have gone?
Say that again. Repeat that.
The place holds 19,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only people that showed up were 6,200.
6,200?
Yes.
And 1,000 of those were coons.
Definitely.
1,000 to 1,500 of those were coons, because I saw.
You think so?
I saw the video. I'm just throwing that arbitrary figure out there, but I saw a section of coons over there dancing and holding up Trump signs. I forget what the signs said, but it was something along the lines of black people for Trump, or that's not the exact terminology, but it had something along those lines. I'm like,
but that's because they recognize what y'all ain't seeing, man.
They
see what y'all don't see.
What's that?
I don't know, but apparently they see something that y'all don't see.
I don't know. How come you didn't go, James? You probably would have had a good time at the Trump rally there, but
I sure would have.
You would have had a mask on, and you would have thrown it in the trash.
Man, I'd have had a good time.
And how many masks did you see?
Hardly any.
Hardly any. That's exactly what I'm saying. Steve, my brother said, "Do you have COVID?"
No, I have sinuses, sir.
Yeah, Katrina, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Katrina. Katrina said, I saw them dancing as well. Hopefully they won't get COVID-19. I hope they do get COVID.
I hope they don't. You what? What'd you say?
I said, I hope they do get COVID-19.
That is mean.
Yeah, so I care not. I hope they get COVID-19. And did I just say niggas? Yes, because that's in the truest sense of the word. That's what they are.
Ignorant, huh?
Ignorant.
Well,
babe, can you cut
what that does go to show you, though, is that at least some of his base has common sense. They didn't come out there to that mess and put themselves in danger. Now that makes it more dangerous for me though, because you got enough sense not to take your behind out there fooling with him at this rally, but you ain't got enough sense to understand that this man is detrimental to the country. So somewhere along the lines, your brain patterns are kind of stopping somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They stopping right after the self-preservation part of your brain.
Right.
Because it for me, and I think and it proved the point by him saying what he said about slowing testing. I mean, for me, you couldn't, even if I was a Trump supporter, you couldn't pay me to go to a rally after he's saying something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, please.
I don't care nothing about you.
Right. Nothing. Right. So my and when I saw that, like I didn't even have to read or see anything else with the rally. It was like, okay, well, if they still support him after that.
Right.
And they cheered at it. They cheered at it. They were like, yeah, cut the testing.
Right. I mean,
yeah, brother, I don't want to be tested. Yeah.
I mean, and my thing is, like, he didn't even try to hide the reason. He didn't try to make up. He straight up said, man, these numbers are hurting me. These numbers going up and it's hurting me.
Right.
People dying and getting sick and it's hurting him.
So let's look at it right quick.
Is that the definition of an egomaniac?
Dude, he's a megalomaniac, dude, which he thinks that he's beyond ego. He's a megalomaniac, and y'all can look that word up. All right, so in the United States, we're now looking at 2.32 million people have been confirmed with the virus. We've got 721K that have been recovered, and we thank God for those who have recovered from the virus. And the deaths, we're looking at 122K victims of the COVID virus. Yet we have a president who wants to stop testing because it's making the numbers look bad.
No, slow down testing. Slow down. He said slow down.
Okay, slow down testing. So when you slow down the testing, you know the death's going to go up, right?
Well, you're not going to know because if you slow down my thing with Trump is if he wants to slow down testing, then he's going to want to slow down the reporting that's going on too.
That's true.
So
You
see what I'm saying? So my thing is we wouldn't know. People would still be dying of it, but we wouldn't have any numbers or any figures coming in. We wouldn't know.
Well,
so,
I heard in Florida,
and that's what he wants.
I heard in Florida they were trying to slow down the reporting of that also already. They're trying to slow down the reporting of deaths coming out of Florida.
Right.
Carlton Mack, I want to go ahead, Doc.
So slowing down the reporting of it is one thing, but actually stop collecting the data. See, that's where it gets dangerous.
Right.
The reason why they want to slow down is because they think because if you look at it, a lot of times on the news, all you hear is about how many more cases and deaths. We don't hear like what you just read, the recovered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't hear that part.
Right.
So when you only hear cases and deaths, it makes it seem like everybody that's catching it is dying when that's not the situation.
Right.
So I think they do need to start reporting, if there were 100,000 cases last month, how many of those recovered? You know what I'm saying? Because they're only going to give us how many people died from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we don't hear those numbers. So I think when it comes to the media, I think we need to get all the information, not just don't just give us what you want to give us to make us stay inside and wear a mask. Give it all to us. That way we know it all. That way we know we have all the information we need to make the decisions that we need to make.
Right. But we can't get all information if we stop testing.
Well, that's exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's his point. See, if you slow down the testing, all of that slows down.
Right.
So,
but he's still gonna kill us.
But we won't have the numbers. We won't have the data to show that. People will still be dying, but we won't be able to go to him and say, "Hey, man, because of this, all these people dying of COVID-19." We won't have that data. That's what he wants.
Right.
He don't want nobody to be able to put this on him. And as long as he's president, as long as these numbers go up, it's a reflection of him.
So have you guys ever heard of a group called the I want to go over here with Carlton Mack saying they also had to sign waivers for COVID, which is funny to me because Trump said it was a hoax. He started this whole thing off saying it was a hoax, and a lot of people are like, "Yeah, it's a hoax. I don't believe it. It's just the flu." But
And
then,
and the bad part about it is
Your redneck voice is priceless.
thank
he's
you.
telling his story, but his idiot base, they still saying the same thing.
Right. And so, but
Like-
you go to this camp, you go to this rally, having to sign a waiver that says that it exists, but it doesn't exist. Do we see the conflict here?
Duality.
It's a hoax, but let me sign this piece of paper right here saying that it's really not a hoax.
So
But
once again,
if I die, I don't hold President Trump accountable for this non-hoax.
he knows how dumb his base is.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He's sitting there, he was sitting there like, y'all, we're gonna make these idiots sign this waiver about this thing so we can't be held liable.
Right.
For them catching the COVID once they leave this this rally, and so to make sure those numbers aren't put out, let's slow testing and and not report the numbers. So,
All right, guys. What you gonna say, James? I saw you about to say something. Okay. So, have you guys heard of Zoomers?
Who?
Zoomers.
you got anything to do with Zoomers?
The people I know a bunch of them had reserved a bunch of seats at the rallies to keep people from going. Now I can admit I've reserved 2 seats. Now listen, I did it. No. I did it though because let me tell you how I found out about it. A Facebook friend of mine. This was back when he was going to have it on Friday, on Juneteenth. A friend of mine posted that she had reserved seats, and so I started. I looked it up on the internet. A lot of those seats were empty because people like us reserved them. Of course, we weren't going. So that's one reason why a lot of those seats were
Well
empty.
done. Good job. Good job. That was
You
good.
can only reserve, I think it was like 2 seats per cell phone number that you entered. But yeah, I had two seats reserved that like I was on like the 12th row or something like that, back off in there somewhere.
You was
but
gonna be
yeah.
close to Mouser, wasn't you, boy?
So, but I didn't think it was a real thing at first, man. Then I looked at it online, and I mean a bunch of folks just stole the man's seats pretty much.
Yes.
Good.
So we like to thank TikTok, the TikTokers, the youth, and the Generation Z, the Zoomers, for sucking up all those tickets and leaving him with a whole bunch of empty seats. And you probably saved some people's lives. So kudos to you, Zoomers. You saved some people's lives from getting COVID. Thank you very much.
Right.
Oh, K-pop. That was the other one, the K-pop fans.
Yeah.
K-pop generation.
Yeah. Well, those are the Korean pop people. I don't understand it, but the kids apparently do. We getting old, fellas.
I
Y'all,
know about K-pop. I don't know about y'all.
I
You
know
know what I'm
of K-pop, but you can't pay me to listen to it.
I listen to it.
Some
My
of
little
this
son
stuff
tried to
don't
get into
work.
it, but I'm like, I'm not listening. I don't get it.
It's the back street and 98 degrees all over again, just from a Korean base, correct?
Basically.
Okay.
Basically.
They standing on the shoulders of New Edition. Anyway, wouldn't be no K-pop if it weren't for New Edition. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Johnny, and Mike, and Ralph.
And Ralph, right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to this renaming of things. Since we in this culture now where we are renaming everything. Everything's getting renamed. Ancient Mama's going away. Uncle Ben's is going away. I mean, man, some of the staple we pulling down statues left and right, man. Big ups to Funny Man. He started this whole thing, and now, man, it's all the way over in Europe. They pulling down statues in Europe, throwing them in the rivers. So let's talk about: are we going too far? Are we going? Is it like the women's thing? Have they like when they went too far? Are black people? Are we going too far, pulling down stuff and renaming pancake batter?
So
go ahead. You got it, James. Go.
So I mean, yeah. Well, let me say this.
Short answer.
I don't want to say that we're necessarily going too far because some of this we haven't asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't ask the folks to rename Aunt Jemima. They decided they want to do that themselves. You know what I'm saying? Now I do think that all of that's well and good. I do think we got to stay focused because for me, it's y'all, let's do something to get these Negroes to shut up. They raising too much hell. They buying guns. They out here on the street. We got to get them to calm down. And throughout history, when we've been pissed off about things, it's been real easy to appease us and get us to sit back down and be quiet.
Come on now.
If you ask me, that was the whole thing with Barack Obama getting elected. Electing him, he gets elected and then gets blocked if the man tried to sharpen his pencil.
You wore a tan suit. Oh, that's removing from the.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and when he got elected, we calmed down again. We calmed down. We got quiet, and anything that he tried to do, they blocked. Because they didn't say that they was gonna let him do anything. We'll let this Negro come in here.
Yeah.
We'll let him sit at the table, but he ain't finna do nothing.
Right.
The Affordable Care Act, he just kind of had to say, listen, I'm gonna do this whether y'all like it or not. It's gonna happen. Go and sit down somewhere.
That was
he wasn't the executive order president that Trump is. He did sign some executive orders, but it wasn't just for him to prove something personally, which is the reason why Trump does a lot of executive orders type things. So I think throughout history, we've been appeased. They've been able to appease us. And I think they're trying that now. The difference is that the Black Lives Matter organization itself ain't having it. You know, they're coming out saying, listen, all this stuff is cool, painting streets and all that old stuff, but that ain't what we asking for. We asking for policy changes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We asking for something that's it prove to us our lives matter. Don't paint it on the street.
Right.
Prove it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make some changes in policing that actually prove that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not gonna say we going too far because, like I say, some of this stuff we're not asking for. You know what I'm saying? The companies are doing this stuff because my thing is, if you're doing it now, then you knew it was racist then.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if you changing it now because it's racist, then you knew it was racist when you did it.
Right.
So don't make it seem like you appeasing me by doing it. You said your racism has now been called out. You don't want nobody to go to your headquarters and throw a brick through the window. So now you want to change Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. And I said this last week. If y'all touch the General Lee, we're gonna have a problem. I done told y'all
out of here.
I done told y'all that, and I'm standing on that. I'm telling you, I will put on my cowboy boots and my hat, and I will go out there and grab my Confederate flag, and I will go out there and we will protest and we will riot. You better not touch the General Lee. Period. I'm going full-fledged, and I ain't even from the South. I'm from Michigan, but I'm going full-fledged Confederacy. Y'all touch the General Lee, and that's all I got to say about it.
The South will rise again.
Yes, sir.
So here's what I say. I think right now, it is in vogue to show sensitivity toward racism. It's in vogue right now. So a lot of companies now are jumping the bandwagon. What I say is cool, good. We need it. But just like with the Me Too movement, the pendulum swung so far to one side. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
always the case here in America. The pendulum will always swing so far left to center before it kind of rights itself and comes back to the middle.
Right, right.
And that's where we are right now with that. So now you're going to see a lot of companies and a lot of corporations now jumping, not necessarily jumping the gun, but trying to get ahead of the game. And some of them will make some good decisions. Some of them will be rash. How do I feel about Aunt Jemima being changed? Well, they had already took a bonnet off and just made her look like a regular black woman.
Right, right.
She looked like Aunt Viv. Does she look like Aunt Viv? The first Aunt Viv from
Like,
from the Fresh Prince. She looked like the first Aunt Viv.
you had already made her look like Aunt Viv. Leave alone. I mean, leave it alone. I like Aunt Jemima pancake mix. I'm just saying. Is that bad that I like Aunt Jemima pancake?
Yeah, you
I don't
can't,
like
you can't eat that no more, man.
I grew up on Aunt Jemima. I grew up on, and here's where I say the pendulum is swinging so far left to center, because now, in addition to that, they want to change Miss Butterworth. Miss Butterworth ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Leave that old white woman in her apron alone. Ain't got nothing to do with this. Yeah, I see you start messing. I'm like you are with General Lee James. That's how I am about my Butterworth shirt. Don't mess with my Butterworth shirt. Man. Leave my damn Butterworth alone. I mean, come on. What's she got to do with?
You right, man. It's going too far. It is kind of, and like you said, it's a bandwagon thing. You know what I'm saying? And it can also be, it's okay. Other companies are doing it. We better do something too. We better, you know what I'm saying? We better change something too, because other people are doing it. So it's like, y'all don't really care about what's going on. You're trying to jump on a bandwagon to for one, your sales probably gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? And it's, for me, man, it's like I say, it's all well and good, but we gotta, as long as we stay focused, I really don't care what they do. Right. You know what I'm saying? But as long as we stay focused on what's really happening, then
Well, let me say this, man. Let me say this. I'm dissenting voice on this, man. If we can pull down all bastions and all imagery of slavery, of bondage, if we can get away with it, let's do it. That's just my thing on it. I don't care about Miss Butterworth. I don't care about Aunt Jemima. But if we're gonna get move past for me the wounds of slavery and the sins of slavery, I say pull all that crap down. Now, is it the ultimate goal of what we want? No. Like he said, like James said, we want the equal rights. We want the equal schooling. We want the equal education. We want the equal opportunities. We want all of that. But for me, what comes with that is pulling down all bastions of our sins, of our past hurts, of our and until we pull that down, we can always point back. I mean, we can always go back to it and pull that scab off. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is pulling down the Confederate flag. I'm all for it. Pulling down Confederate statues, all that crap belongs in the museum. If we want to put Aunt Jemima back in the museum too, put her in the museum. For me, if we're going to heal the wounds of racial and have reconciliation, let's pull all that crap down, man. And if the time to do it is now, let's do it. I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care if you like it or not. Pull her hotel, pull that black. I mean, because they made money off of two black women that they made Aunt Jemima, and they made them mammies. That's what it is. It's a mammy. And so a mammy was nothing but a person that took care of white children. So my thing is, man, if we got an opportunity to pull it down, pull it down. It ain't, pull it down. I don't care.
Well,
So, but you just said something that's interesting though. You said like with the monuments and the statues, you
right.
pull them down and put them in a museum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but what's the difference?
Hold on. Let me jump there.
Okay.
I'm with you on that, Steve. But here's my thing: pull them down. I'm with putting them in a museum because we don't need to forget. If you totally erase it, several generations from now, we'll forget. You know what I'm saying? It still needs to be somewhere.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? It needs to be somewhere because it was a part of this country's history. But it doesn't necessarily need to be flaunted in the face of the next generation coming through.
Right. And
You
so
see
my
what I'm
thing
saying?
is, man, that's why the General Lee got to go. It's
Right.
some bull crap.
Excuse me.
You heard me. Put the General Lee in a scrapper, put it in a scrap heap, make the metal up a lamp or something.
Try it and see what happens. Y'all gonna see me all on the news. Try to see what happens. I'm gonna be all over the news, and y'all gonna be on the show talking about me. Y'all see this coon pickaninny nigga over here, man, with this Confederate flag wrapped around his head, and this. Try and see what happens.
Hey,
So
Monique,
it
you
looks
joining
like
late.
we are.
Hey, sis, my sister just joined. She said she joining late.
Okay, hey sis.
Hey, sis. And the families don't need to benefit.
And then okay. All right, anyway, so I don't think we're going too far. Now let's talk about what's happening here in Birmingham and what they're talking about renaming 16th Street to the Black Lives Matter street.
No. Leave 16th Street alone. If they want to name another street Black Lives Matter Boulevard, cool. Leave 16th Street and all of its surroundings alone. That's our historical Black district. Leave it alone. That's me.
I agree.
That's
I
it.
absolutely agree. I think right now, we're right now Birmingham is playing follow the leader, and we cannot get in that mode. You know what I'm saying? We can't just get in the mode of doing what we see other people do just for the sake of doing it.
Hold on, James. When in actuality, we led the charge by having the Confederate monument pulled down. So don't go back now and play follow the leader.
That exactly. you just made my point. We started this thing. You know what I'm saying? We started this, and that was going to be my point. Like, why are we like we need to be setting the trends? You know what I'm saying? To even like you said, if you want to rename Park Place. You know what I'm saying? Rename Park Place right there where Lynn Park is at. Rename that Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Or
Highland Avenue.
right, you know.
Oh, you know that ain't gonna happen. Highland Avenue, please.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Rename that street right there in front of what's the new park they just put out there where they wrote Black Lives Matter on the street.
Yeah.
Rename that.
Right. To choose 16th Street would just be absolutely crazy. Like that just the church, the street itself has too much history behind it to rename that. So for me, that was when I first saw that, I thought it was a joke, but then I started reading up on it and saw that they were actually considering it. I think enough people have spoken up about it. The Black Lives Matter organization spoke up, said they didn't want it to happen. And I think one of the reasons why that is because is like we just said, a lot of this stuff is being done to appease us and to try to follow a trend, and that's not what that ain't what's up right now. That ain't to me, you insulting my intelligence by doing all this stuff and then expecting me to just get like, you want to rename a street, go rename a street. Cool. I can't stop you from doing it. You want to paint murals, they look really nice, they look good. I'm all with it. But when we gonna sit down and talk about this stuff for real?
Right.
And
I
don't believe.
Say that again.
So when we gonna start talking about some legislation to change?
Right.
Yeah. And just quit messing with the facade of it. Leave the facade of it alone. Let's talk about changing this thing systematically. from the inside out. Shout out to my cousins are in the house tonight. Michael Mount, that's my little cousin. What's going on? Edward Kane is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Kane Jr.
Stupid. I can say one thing though: platitudes and what they're doing, what they're giving us now. Platitudes are easy, but the work is hard. And so
you learn something up there in DC in Catholic school. Platitudes. Proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. You doing St. Mary of Holy Good. Yes, Lord. Go ahead, Steve.
You're using them big words.
I see what I got to deal with. I'm gonna have to get me 2 new black guys. I'll see that right now.
Oh, boy.
But
we need policy change. Exactly.
Right. The work is gonna be hard, and I believe in what I do like about what's going on now. We ain't falling for it this year. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, like they said in Beverly Hills Cop. We're not falling for that trick no more, man. It's like we want absolute change. And before we move on, I do want to talk about Biden and the push to have a black female as the VP choice. I need to know everybody's thoughts on that, because some of the 2 of the main people they're talking about, there's 4 still in the running, I believe, and that's Whitmer, that's Abrams, and she's out of Georgia. She's the black lady out of Georgia. And then there's Harris. And Senator Warren. And there's a push on the Democratic side to have a black woman as VP. Everybody, give me your thoughts, because we're looking at two people right now. That's Stacey Abrams, the lady who ran for governor in Georgia, and then of course, Senator Harris.
So here's the thing, though. Here's the problem that I see with those 2. If he picks Stacey Abrams, she gonna run the country. That lady is strong, man. I think she'll push Biden right on out the way, and she's gonna be running the country. Kamala Harris,
when you say her name, like saying Mufasa, just
but did you see Klobuchar try to make it seem like that's what she suggested?
Yeah.
She tried to make it seem like she dropped out because he needs to have an African American woman as his running mate.
Yeah, that's what she
Lady,
said.
you was dead on arrival.
Dead in the water.
You was been dead.
Right.
But
and then when Minneapolis blew up, she was really dead in the water.
Right. And she gonna get on there trying to make it seem like this was all like she just bowing out so he can get a black woman in there. Lady, boy, white folks something else. Boy, they something else. I'm talking about, my God.
Well, if you ask, you didn't. Go ahead, finish, Jay.
But his 2 choice. I mean, the best choice is going to be, give me your doubts on Harris. Steve, do you want to pull up all the information on Kamala Harris about the doubts for this woman?
I will say that
it might take you a minute, but if you can pull it up, I
believe. Let me put it like this. Miss Blanche. Joe Biden is gonna have a fight on his hands anyway with his stance on crime during the Obama. He's also gonna have a problem with his thing on crime during the Clinton years also. So Kamala Harris, who also was I think she was a DA in California. Was that it? An attorney DA?
Uh-huh.
Her record on putting away black people is almost just as bad as Biden's.
Right.
And for her to try to get, you can't have Biden's record and Harris's record on the same ticket. It's going to really put a hurting really for him on the black vote. Right. It really, really will. And Harris, for me, she fake. I mean, she got on the Breakfast Club talking about chitlins and what kind of black music she like and Tupac, and I'm like, you phony.
She's trying to
You
affirm her blackness to.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they gave her blackness test and she failed, man. She failed. So my thing is,
Go ahead, Steve.
having I'm sorry, having Harris on that ticket would be a detriment to Biden's already bad record on black people in crime.
Right. Here's what I say: scrap all them heifers, right in Auntie Maxine, and call it a day, baby. Auntie Maxine Waters, come on, strong J. Auntie Maxine.
She's old, dog. She's too old.
I was
She
gonna
too
say,
old.
Maxine,
She's vice president, baby. That's vice president. That's vice president. We want Auntie Maxine. Ladies and gentlemen, Auntie Maxine Waters. Let's ride in. Come on, let's get it. Thank you. Strong J.
That's my mother-in-law, y'all. Miss Joanne absent in the house. Y'all give her a hand.
Sure, man.
Hey, mother-in-law.
listen, we can't have an old vice president too. Now, Biden 1 foot away from the grave himself. Listen, we got to get some younger candidates in there. Period, man. I mean, if you look at over the years, John McCain, Trump, Biden, Bernie Sanders, man, we can't get nobody that's younger than 70 years old to be president, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's getting rough, man.
Dr. Angela Davis, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Angela Davis. Give it up for her one time.
So Monique says if Harris is picked, she leaves the much-needed Senate seat. Who will fill it when she leaves? Will a Republican be put in that seat until special election? Probably so.
You think in California?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Probably
I
so.
wouldn't think so, but you know, hey.
I would think so. I would think a Republican would take that seat. They need it. So I think it would be I think they freak that somehow. You know what I'm saying? But like you were saying though, she's just not a good candidate, man. She's just not a good candidate. And I think Stacey Abrams is his best choice, but like I said, man, he ain't gonna be able to handle that lady at all.
I mean,
her duties are a whole different set of duties, though. Correct?
She does have a different set of duties. Yes,
she has a whole different set of duties. So it's not like
I believe if they get her in there, she will allow herself to be groomed for that seat, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna take that from Biden, and he gonna sit in the corner somewhere because he ain't gonna be able to handle that strength. And she gonna be making policies and everything. He gonna end up doing the vice president work, and she gonna be behind the scenes doing all the real stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, scrap all that. We're gonna call in Cousin Keisha from Atlanta. Cousin Keisha from Atlanta. Come on, let's get it.
Keisha Bottom, people. Keisha Bottom.
Thank you very much.
So Monique said, if that's the case, then we can't afford to lose that seat. You're probably right.
Right.
I mean, if it probably is better for her to stay with, and she might do better. She could probably do more good in that Senate seat than she would be at vice president. Like you were saying, if you line up Biden's and hers policies and their history side by side, that's just a bad looking ticket.
Yep.
That don't look good at all.
Right.
Especially for what we fighting for now.
Right.
And good. That woman done put away some black folks.
I mean, she put away some black folks.
Where was she from? Was it San Francisco or where was she?
Where is she from?
What was her district?
I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to say Sacramento, but I could be
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
It's one of them something in California. Anyway.
Okay. All right, guys. I don't want to end on a heavy note, y'all. I really don't. We were slated to talk about black. How many people have found hung in the United States here lately?
Yeah, keep it light.
And I don't want to talk about that tonight. Let's talk about that next week, guys.
Okay.
I just want to say this: Black people don't hang themselves. And we commit suicide in a whole different way.
We gonna take some pills and drink a bottle of Hennessy. We ain't finna. We is not finna try to tie no rope around our neck and hang ourselves, and we definitely ain't doing it outside in public.
Right.
We're gonna go and get us. We're gonna go get us some perks, get us a bottle of Hennessy, and we're gonna turn up and then just not wake up. We ain't doing the whole hanging thing. We ain't slitting our wrists and all that old crazy stuff. That stuff is too much effort and it hurt, man. Black folks don't hurt themselves.
Right.
Man,
And it takes too long. That take way too long.
right. I take a bottle of perks and drink this Hennessy. I can go out and turn up and have fun and die all at the same time.
That boy is special. You hear me?
Off the chain.
That boy is a different kind of special.
Yeah, suicide by cop. That's probably right, Blanche.
That was good.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Thank you. Nothing that hurts. Nothing that hurts here.
Yeah, that's not how we do things. And I believe somebody, I think, and I hate to say this, I think there's some people out there intentionally trying to start a war.
According to some white folks I talked to, it's us as Black people. These people intentionally hung themselves to start a race war. And I will admit, I have to admit, I typed quite a few cuss words at this lady when she said it. I will admit that because I could not express myself without these words. So I had to go ahead and type those words in there to her. That had to have been the dumbest statement I have ever heard in my life. So I asked her first, before I cussed her out, I said, ma'am, you're telling me that some Black people hung themselves to start a race war. So when you say the word start, you're implying that there isn't one already going on now. So these people hung themselves because they are trying to start a race war and further divide the country. I told that lady, your mama's a one-eyed pig leg. Never mind.
God. I want you to finish that. You know, the angry Black man in me wants to hear that there.
That I got upset at that because she was serious and was talking like she was trying to make a valid point.
Yeah,
and that's I think what set me off. Like what?
It makes no sense. It makes zero sense.
Start a race war. So there isn't one going on, right? Just starting one. They're starting one. Black folks, we starting it.
Right.
Nah. No, nah, that's new. Nah.
All right, guys.
Tell that lady you jumped in a river before she had you.
Say what?
I told her mama should have jumped in a river rather than having her.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. See, I like it. I ain't had to cuss tonight. Once I saw Joanne Appleton come on here, Steve, she grown. That's your mother-in-law.
Yes.
See, she grown. I can't cuss in front of her. So, all right. James, that was good. That was real good. I like that. That was good. You ready to wrap us up, Steve? We trying.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. Any final thoughts as we entering into an hour and 10 minutes? Final thoughts. Go ahead, Mr. Mario.
Mine is what it's been for the last couple of shows. The smoke, the dust is beginning to settle a little bit, and like I said before, and I'll say it again: stay angry. Don't be mad. Mad is akin to insanity. You can't control madness. Anger you can control. You can focus it. So stay angry. So you can stay focused on what we need to do in this to move to the next level in this fight for equality. I'm done.
Well, my thing is, man, I think like Mario said, we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay focused, man. They throwing us bones. Or Steve, like you said, they trying to give us some chitlins. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't like chitlins.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't eat chitlins, man. I don't like I didn't try them with hot sauce and everything, man. I don't like so we gotta stay focused, man. We gotta keep our eye on what we asking for and what we really want. We gotta keep pushing this defunding of the police. And all you crazy people out there that think it's talking about just taking money from the police so they don't have nothing to function, that ain't what it means. So hush, shut up. But we've got to not only defund them, we've got to take away things from them that they don't need to be doing. If you see somebody trying to commit suicide, the police shouldn't be called first. If you see you see a homeless person, the police shouldn't be called. We're getting the police involved in things that doesn't make any sense.
Not in their lane.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta come up with other solutions, and that's what defunding is. We use that money to come up with the real solutions that we need. We just ain't taking the money and letting it sit in limbo. It's got to be redirected. I think we gotta keep pushing that, man. And then honestly, if you ask me, I bet if you ask some police officers, they wouldn't mind it, not having to deal with some of that crazy stuff. That's just my opinion on that. But I will say that if we are going to get the changes that we want, man, then we all got to step up and be a voice. We see what being a voice can do. Funny Man showed us that. I don't even think, and I really want to try to get with him and do an interview with him, because I don't even know if he understands what he did.
Right, but he started.
I don't even know if he, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he understands what he sparked. Because I heard on NPR they were trying to say someplace in China or someplace was taking down monuments. That's bull crap.
Where?
In China.
Someplace overseas, man. I think they said China or someplace.
China don't even have any Confederate monuments. What the hell?
They put it someplace, man. They just don't want to give the credit to an old comedian from Birmingham, Alabama that sparked a worldwide movement.
Right. Pulling down.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, man, let's keep pushing. Let's keep making Birmingham the center place for this stuff, man. I challenge the mayor to be the first to start making some real policy changes. Make people follow us. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't telling him to do nothing radical or crazy. Get with the people, sit down, let's figure it out.
All right.
Simple.
That's good.
All right, guys, we're about to get out of here. My final thoughts, guys, is you guys have taken it all. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You left me nothing to say. But we have 135 more days till election, guys. I want y'all to be ready to get out there and vote. Get out there, vote. Pay attention to your local elections, guys, your state elections, guys, and of course the national. But if you really pay attention to what's going on locally, guys, what trickles down, what comes with what trickles up affects us. So make sure you pay attention to your local elections, guys.
In Alabama, y'all better listen. We ended up with Kay Ivey as governor because we didn't pay attention to the lieutenant governor race. Y'all better pay attention to it this time. Well, no, that's not until what, 2022?
Yes.
Yeah. So we got some time. We better pay attention this time to what we doing for real. Because I bet nobody knew Kay Ivey was on the ticket for real. Like, we didn't even know that when we voted. We better pay attention. We better Trump don't even want Ivey. So what's that tell you? He don't even claim the lady. So what's that tell y'all? Local
Steve
election.
is giving his final thoughts.
I thought I was.
Steve was giving his final thoughts.
No, man, we had to put that out there.
And my final thought is, I'm gonna go way back.
But see, this is no. Go ahead, Steve. I'm just playing with you.
This dude.
Right. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the show. Mother's Day gets a lot more attention than Father's Day. That's all I got to say.
It does not.
Three black guys, pretty please.
Three black guys. Three black guys.
Three
Trey
black guys.
Manos, Trey Negros.
Happy Father's Day, guys. Y'all have a good night. Hope y'all have a good week.
Mothers, we love y'all too. Ladies, we love y'all.
Peace.
Sell out.